What is going on, good people? Guess what? We back outside. We are back outside, and you can see the yard. Yeah, we are greening up. So in this video, I'm just gonna take you around, let you see what the yard is looking like, and then we're gonna get out here. We're gonna put the first cut on it, and I'm gonna tell you when I decide it is time for the first cut. So let's go ahead, jump into this video and show you what we're looking like out here in the yard. Here is the main stage backyard, and this is what we're looking like. As you can see, we are definitely greening up. We have a good bit of growth that we're looking at, starting to come out of dormancy, starting to see that nice little green up that's there. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for. So you can see I'm probably 60% greened up, maybe a little high, maybe 75% greened up. At this point, this is when I decide to make my first cut. And as I was showing you, we are growing. And this is now top growth, natural top growth. No fertilization has been done, just natural, the lawn doing what it does. So I'll take you over and let you see what we're looking like over here. The one weed that I deal with in my yard, hay bittercress. So boom, that is a winter weed. So spring pre-emergent will do nothing for that. That is a winter weed. It would have need to be taken care of last fall, and I did overseed, so wouldn't have helped there. So this is what we're looking like with the snow mold. As you can see, I need to actually get in here and rake a bit of this up, get a little bit more airflow in there. I raked it a little bit. I didn't go too crazy because I wanted the grass to actually get going before I did anything with it. But we are seeing some growth in there, starting to see it regenerate. You can see the growth that's coming in. All of that was completely brown before, so it's starting to green up. So I think we may be okay there. We'll see how things go. But still need to get out here. We've got new sticks and stuff that have fallen. But overall, we are greening up. I say we're probably 75% there. We'll go ahead and get a good cut on it, even everything out. It is ready for some fertilizer. As you can see, these dark green spots back here, more than likely they're rabbits. We do have a lot of rabbits that come back here, and you can see nitrogen has it growing. So nitrogen has it growing. The lawn is ready to grow, but I am not going to push it yet. I am not going to put any fertilizer on it because I have something special that I'm gonna be using this season, and that is the only fertilizer I'm gonna be using this season, so stay tuned. So right here, I've got a good bit of hay bittercress that has come up, and this area was pretty thin last fall as things were growing in. So what am I gonna do about it? It's maybe 10, 15 plants. I'm gonna get out here, I'm gonna pull it up, and I'm gonna get on about my business without mixing up herbicides or anything else. So let's go around and take a look at the front. Let's see what the front yard is looking like. Boom. This is what we're looking like in the front. The front probably could have been cut 2 weeks ago, especially this area over here. I don't know what it is about this area over here. Maybe it's warmer reflection off of the house. Who knows? But oh, I've also already got my mulch in. If it ain't red, you've been misled. So you know how we get down over here. Also got my liriopes cut back. Those are my perennials. Those will start growing back and coming in. But this is how the front yard is looking. I would say it's maybe a little bit ahead of the backyard, slightly. Still got its areas that still need to green up. It's got its frost burn tips up at the top. All of that'll start to grow out, push up, and it'll get cut out, and we'll be good to go. But I'm not worried about that at all. We are just getting started. So I'll come this way and show you all. Oh, a couple of little tree patches in here. Got a little pole tree in here, same areas that I normally deal with it. I am going to try to get it cut out this year and see if I can get rid of that and maybe get that addressed a little bit better than what it is. So here is the main stage. Here's the main stage of the front yard that you're used to seeing. It's kind of what it's looking like. Not too bad. Still waking up. It's not up and roaring yet, so it's still waking up. And now we'll take a look at the ryegrass, and it is coming along also, ready for a cut. Looking pretty decent. Clearly it's hungry. You can see the dog pee spot. Again, we're coming out of winter. We've got a couple more hairy bittercress plants in here, as you can see. This is again my common weed that I deal with and the one that I normally deal with. And other than that, I don't see a whole lot of weeds in my lawn. But got a couple here. We'll get those hand pulled. And again, not gonna get out here and spray a herbicide for 10, maybe 15 weeds. So this is the snow mold areas that I was showing over the winter. You can see that we got a good bit of growth that's starting to come in there. So I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna just let it keep doing what it does and see how we can recover and what we're looking like. So this area is, I had a mole that came through here. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I was dealing with that. Mole came across here. I do think I'm going to have to seed these areas. So we'll drop a little bit of seed in there and get those filled back in. And then we have the optimum tall fescue. In the pea spots, it is green. It is ready. It is ready to go. This is probably one of the greenest full fescue blends that I've used. And I have most of those cultivars in my Elm Street Elite grass seed. Information down in the description if you want to order that. That is also what I have in my backyard. It is a 90-10 blend of Kentucky bluegrass and tall fescue, 90% fescue, 10% Kentucky bluegrass. So for a full fescue blend, this is dark green. And we'll see it once I get it cut and get some food on it. So overall, that is what we're looking like. That is what the yard is looking like. Doesn't look too bad. Things are waking up. So how do I know when to make the first cut? Like I said, when you start seeing that natural growth, things are growing, things are starting to look a little shaggy. Some areas are gonna be still dormant. They're still gonna be low. It's not gonna be all even. Really, this cut is just to kind of even everything out, snip the tips off of things and kind of get it going. Just to kind of, it's like, hey, wake up, it's time to wake up. Also, I would make sure that you are past most of your frost. So if you look in your forecast, at least as far as it goes out, and you still see temperatures that are gonna be sub 30 or potentials for frost and freezes, you probably can still hold off a little bit. As far as our forecast goes, we do have a potential. We always have a potential for frost all the way out until maybe like Mother's Day here in my area. But typically when we get around that April-ish time frame, normally most of our frosts are gone. And if we do get a frost, maybe a light frost, and they'll be occasional. They won't be consistent. So making sure you're looking at those temperatures. And also another thing, make sure you start off with some sharp mower blades and a clean mower when you make this first cut. Start your lawn off on the right foot. So with that said, let's get the mower cleaned up. Let's get some sharp blades on it. And it's time for that first cut. Let's go. So I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. It is a whole week later with me wrapping this video up. Life started happening, life got busy, it is what it is. But we are a week later and now I have gotten 2 cuts on the yard, backyard, front yard, and I'll show you the test plot. Test plot has only had 1 cut, which I just did yesterday. And today is April 5th. So this is what the backyard is looking like. Looking pretty good. Like I said, we've got 2 cuts on it now. It's looking good. It's looking good. We're not all the way awake. You can see this area right here that I'm showing. Still coming up out of some of the winter dormancy. Not all the way awake, but as a whole, we're not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Like I said, it's not all the way awake, but yeah, she's looking pretty good. This is the area where I had some of the snow mold that was in here. As you can see, it's still recovering, hasn't filled all the way back in yet. But I did do some light raking in that area to get it together to see if it'll go ahead and come up. I applied my spring post-emergent, which is me manually pulling. So you saw the weeds that I had right there in that area. Went on and pulled those up and got them taken care of. So this is how the backyard is looking. Not too bad. We'll go around to the front and show you what the front is looking like. The front is on fire, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I cut this last night and it probably could have been cut twice this week. As you can see, I've got some clippings that I actually had to blow off and get them out of clumps because this front yard has been growing so fast. And I haven't applied anything to it. You can see right here where it was dark when I was cutting, when I finished up, and I didn't get all my clippings and stuff blowed out. But what I'll typically do is I'll take my blower and just spread those clippings out, make sure they're not piling up like they are now. Just get those spread out and we'll be good to go. Little weed, little thistle there. I'll go ahead and hand pull that. But as you can see, the front yard is jumping. Again, still got some areas that are still waking up, like this one here, but looking pretty good. Got debris falling out of the trees, and I still got to deal with this patch of tree that I've got. Still haven't decided what I want to do it yet, but I got to figure it out soon. And then as we come over to the test plot, this is what the test plot is looking like. This is the ryegrass. I now have the real mower back on it, the Hudson, looking good. No fert on this yet either. No fert has been applied. I had to go over it the first time to get it down to the height of cut with my Time Master. And then after I got done with that, I came back across it with the Hudson to get it back down to my real mode height. And as you can see, we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good there. That's what we're looking like across the yard. I've cut the front and the back twice. I've got a single cut, which I just did yesterday on the test plot. I've only fed the backyard, and I just did that yesterday also. So if you have not watched our live or you have not seen the announcement, the Workin team has put together a fertilizer that we will be bringing to the market. Give us a couple of weeks and we'll be making another announcement to let you all know when it's going to be available, when we're going to start shipping it. We will be doing pre-sale orders for it. So make sure you're either following my channel, Polo Fields Lawn Service or Turf Therapy, or you just follow all of them, and then you'll make sure that you know when it is available for you to go purchase it. So I am about to feed the test plot with that new fertilizer, which we are going to be calling Phoenix. I'm gonna go ahead and feed the test plot with it, and I've already fed the backyard with a 1/4 pound yesterday, so we'll see how that happens. And the front yard is growing so fast, I'm not putting nothing on it right now because anything that it's about to get is some PGR. I'm gonna be trying to slow this front yard down. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it is growing like crazy. The next thing it might get is some PGR. It ain't gonna be no fertilizer. So I appreciate y'all for sticking around. This is the first check-in for the spring. Make sure you go check out our live stream. I'll leave that link right here to learn more information about the fertilizer. So as I always say, just know we work.